So were you drafted out of high school?
No, I did not. I was not that guy. I was not like high prospects draft guy. Wasn't highly rated on any of the recruiting sites for baseball, which is seriously why
you didn't even stay up that night disappointed.
No. There was no expectation.
I'm going to
There was no
Mississippi State.
expectation of getting drafted at all. That wasn't even a thought in my head. I wasn't even like the perfect game sites, the whatever, all the recruiting sites. I wasn't highly rated on any of those. Partially because like I took a little bit longer to develop. I was kind of a late bloomer physically, and then also partially because a lot of those ratings are based on how many events you go to in the summer, how many showcases you go to, and I was playing the other sports as well. So I wasn't like, I was playing each sport in its season and not doing one sport year round to where you get kind of highly ranked on those. And I'm not saying that's the reason I wasn't highly ranked. I wasn't highly ranked because I wasn't that good, and I will be the first to admit that.
Were you a fish out of water when you felt when you first get to Mississippi State? Do you feel like I'm not good enough for this level?
100%.
Really?
Oh yeah. That first fall, I really struggled. I was in way over my head. I remember a month or two into fall scrimmages, I was getting beat up and I couldn't compete. And I legitimately started looking like, all right, maybe I should transfer and go play D2 football because at least I know I can do that.
Wow.
Our coach, Coach John Cohen was our head coach. He's now the AD at Auburn. But we did a thing at the end of every fall where he hands everybody a packet and you go through and you rate, like you rank your teammates like 1 through 20, like who do you think the best player is all the way through 20. And they like take all the results and they hand the packets back to us at the end of the fall. Like, here's the ranking system of your teammates. Yeah, and I was
where your teammates rank you.
I was 19 out of 20.
That's
I was ranked by my teammates as the second worst player on our team as a freshman. So yeah, rightfully so. Like I'm admitting I was not very good. I was not ready for that level of competition. I got dominated on a pretty consistent basis that first fall.
So what happens from there?
So we have our end of the fall meetings, and it's basically the option is like, hey, like we like you here. We think you're going to develop. We think you're going to get better. Your teammates like you, et cetera, et cetera. So we want you to stay on. We want you to redshirt this spring because we don't think you're not in a position right now where you can help us compete or help us win games yet. So we would like for you to stay on redshirt. If you want to transfer and go play JUCO and try to go somewhere else, or go play JUCO for a year and try to come back, like that's on the table as well. If that's what you want to do, we totally understand.
Are you crushed by this?
No, I was fully expecting it. No, yeah. Okay. So this did not come as a surprise. At this point in my career, I thought baseball was just something I was going to do for 4 years of college. I was going to graduate. I was going to move on, go get a job, do whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'll redshirt. Like I don't care. I like it here. I like my teammates. I like being a part of a program that's this good and has this much success. So I'll very happily take the red shirt, try to develop, try to get better to a place where I can contribute. I would love that. And if that doesn't happen, then I still get to be a part of this and get to be here, a place that I enjoy and I like. So I took the red shirt, and that's what I did that spring.
Okay, and then what happens the next year?
Next year, I play a little bit.
They ranked you 18th.
I think I was higher. I was higher. I wasn't 19th out of 20 anymore. Yeah. That first fall, I was just happy to not be 20th. I was like, all right, 19th. There's one guy that I'm better than. That's
who was the good?
Did he quit?
It was 20.
He didn't last very much longer. So yeah, I ended up being the last guy that stuck around. The next year, I played sparingly. I got probably 80 or 90 at bats over the course of a year. I did okay. Hit like 260. Hit a couple homers. Was definitely significantly better than I was the previous year.
Are you feeling like now, okay, I can play on this level?
Yeah.
Okay, so by sophomore, well, I guess
my redshirt freshman year. Yeah, I thought, I don't know to what extent that is, right? I don't know how good I can be, but I do think that I'm good enough to at least be a part of this team and to contribute in some way.
When does it all turn?
It was, we're still kind of a ways away, so I'll keep telling the story. Yeah. So that summer, college, you go off and play summer ball. You go to various, there's 8, 10, 12 leagues, whatever it is around the country. You go to them and play 40-year games during the summer to kind of get some at-bats and keep developing. That summer between my redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore year, I go off, play in the New England League, and have a really, really good summer. When things started to kind of click that summer. I got way better. I was bigger, stronger, more physical. I had kind of figured out hitting at a more advanced level. So I went MVP of that league, start to get draft interest, start to kind of have the scouts, they send you questionnaires and they send you things to fill out or whatever. You start having meetings with them in the fall. So that's kind of when that started. And at that point, it was that summer. So my second summer in college, after my redshirt freshman year, where I was like, okay, like I think I can get drafted now. Like I think I'm good enough to. Maybe I'm a later pick. Maybe it's a, there was 40 rounds at that point. So maybe it's like a 10 to 20th round pick. I get to go off, have a chance to at least play some pro ball and see what happens. That spring, I had a really good fall. Again, I played, or for the first time, really, I had a good fall. I established myself like I'm a starter now. I'm going to play every day. I'm going to get my at-bats. I'm going to be a part of this team. We're really, really good that spring. We're ranked top 5 most of the year. We have, I think at this point, like 8 guys from that team have played in the big leagues at some point. 8
you
or
had
9.
8
yeah, off that one college
Major League
team.
Baseball players off the Mississippi State
On
team?
that one college team, I think it's 8 at this point. Some really, really good players. We get beat in the Super Regionals by Arizona. Didn't get to Omaha, which sucked. But we're still a really, really good team. Go off that summer. I go to the Cape Cod League that summer, which is kind of the best league as far as summer ball goes. Have another good summer. Make some swing changes that kind of make me take the next step forward. And then that following fall, or I should go back a little bit. I do get drafted after that year. So after 2016, I got drafted very late, 38th round. Decided to not take it. Wanted to come back to school for my 4th year. Try to keep developing.
What'd they offer you?
Money-wise?
Yeah.
They got to $250.
$250?
$250,000. $250,000. Yeah.
He said
$250,000.
Okay,
$250,000. And so, but that is a choice you're making at that point.
For
It's
sure.
like,
Yeah.
hey,
I mean,
man,
I'm 21 years old.
yeah,
like,
here's $250,000 or playing your senior year at Mississippi State.
Right. And I thought, I just kind of had like, I had a feeling. I felt myself continuing to get better. I was like, you have not. It's not an agent at that time because that's not allowed, but it's an advisor or whatever, and they become your agent. Yeah. And I have conversations with them. I'm like, look, guys, and my coach back at Mississippi State too, because you're talking with them through the whole process. They want to know whether you're coming back or whether you're going to sign, so they can build a roster and go from there. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I really think I'm like 1 or 2 things away. Like there's 1 or 2 things left that are going to click, and I'm going to become really, really good. And I just kind of had this confidence, and I had this feeling that was going to happen. So I went and played that summer, didn't sign, decided to go back to school, kept working, made some swing changes, made some made some approach changes.
You're looking at it,
man. He made history that next year.
And
SEC in 8 categories.
That fall, things just kind of started to click.
You think?
Yeah, it started to click.
College baseball player of the year, SEC player of the year,
Jeez.
387, 23 bombs, 82 RBIs, winning only the 2nd Triple Crown in SEC history.
The first player in SEC history to have 20 home runs, 30 doubles, and 75 RBIs in one season.
I guess it clicked.
It clicked. Things started to click. It was that fall. I just I don't know what it was. I just kind of started dominating our scrimmages, and I was like, this is new. Like I've been good, I've been productive, but like this level of success is this is new and it's tangible because I know the things that I've done. I know the adjustments I've made to get to this point. So I think it's real, and you have coaches at that point kind of begin to instill confidence in you too. I remember. Our head coach just kind of looked at me after one fall scrimmage. He's like, "Look, I think you're going to win SEC Player of the Year." Like this is in October, right? Like way before the season. He's like, the jumps and the improvements I've seen you make. Like I think you're going to win SEC Player of the Year. And I was like, I mean, I think you're insane, but maybe. I think I'm going to have a good season and be a good player. But I don't think I'm at that level. And then we get to the spring, and that success just kind of continued over that entire season.
Is it all a confidence thing at that point, right? Because obviously he's saying that to you and you're not very confident. But then once you start killing it, is it one of those things where it seems like your story all along the way, you question yourself, then you perform, then you start to believe you can do it.
That is a very recurring theme, and it's definitely a pattern throughout my entire career. It's starting in college, what has happened for me at every level, college and then rookie ball, high A, double A, triple A, the big leagues. I get to a new level, I struggle for a while, I make some adjustments, I figure it out, I start to get confident, and then I have a lot of success. And then it just kind of repeats the next level, and that's happened kind of all throughout my journey, all throughout my career.